Hello there, I'm DurchBurch from Pokemon News, and I want to welcome you to my first ever Nintendo Hype Train. This is going to be a little show where I talk to you guys about games that aren't out yet, that I'm really excited for, and that's really about it. So, in this one, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Mario Kart 8. Now, the Mario Kart series is one of Nintendo's more popular, more famous, of their games. Series that they have. It's by far one of the most well known. If you see someone playing Mario Kart, you don't go, "Are you playing that new NASCAR game you got there?" No, it's clearly Mario Kart. It's a very easily recognizable graphic style with very recognizable characters with very recognizable race styles. And Mario Kart 8 is taking it above and beyond this time. Nintendo's really pulling out the stops on this game. There's detail in everything, whether it be textures, models, races, characters, vehicles. And we've known since E3 about this game, and that they put in a new feature, which is the anti-gravity sections, which have so far shown up in almost every race, if not every race, that we've seen so far. They might not have shown it to us in the race, but it's shown up in a lot of the races shown, new and old. And it really is taking it up a level when it comes to Mario Kart games, because Mario Kart 7, people were all like, what? You can go underwater? You can fly? What is this? This isn't Mario Kart. This is something else. This is something completely different. But really, it's not that different than how they changed up Double Dash by giving you two characters. And this game is going to have a lot of changes and a lot of cool new features. But it also has a lot of the old things. It remembered a lot of the old. It has all the old items, pretty much. You got your shells, you got your triple shells, you got your shrooms, you got your triple shrooms, you got your golden shrooms, you got your stars, you got your lightning bolts, you got your bananas. You get it all good. You got everything. Everything. They haven't shown fake item boxes, which I do hope make their triumphant return, because Mario Kart 7 didn't have them and I wasn't sure why. But this is actually the second Mario Kart game to have a number in its title. And it's quite spectacular, all the things that they've done. If you see the boost panels and the anti-gravity section signifying panels and the flight section signifying panels, they're all given this kind of pixelated design, almost like a marquee that you would see outside of a theater, or possibly even if you've ever seen Wall Street or any stock areas, they'll have marquees all around inside buildings showing what stocks are, those types of things. So you got those nice big lights that seem to move. Now these ones actually do move, but they go off of the Mario Kart 7 style of the orange and the blue with arrows, signifying that with the orange that it's actually a boost, and it signifying with the blue that you're either, if it's got blue arrows, you're going to be flying. And if it's got blue circles, you're going anti-gravity. And most games in the Mario Kart series, they did not have much detail to what the karts would do. But in this one, if you go into an anti-gravity section, your wheels turn sideways and you start hovering. And there's these glowies on the wheels. That's really the easiest thing to call them. They're kind of hard to describe. They're just lights that glow. But you got all this cool stuff going on. You've got new characters, and they actually just announced 7 new characters in the trailer that you guys are currently seeing, which were the Koopalings, which were never in any Mario Kart game ever before, and they always wanted them because they were from, I believe, let's see, that would be Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. That's where they started, I think. And then they were out for a while. They introduced Bowser Jr., but anybody who'd played the Super Mario World and had seen them, and they had these 7 unique, completely individual characters. They weren't just a generic, oh look, it's a little Bowser type character. They looked like Bowser to some degree. They were still, like, they still had the spiky shells. They still had a turtle-like appearance to a more crocodile-like appearance. They still had the characteristic scales that end in a fleshy mouth section with sharp teeth. And all of them are getting added in. They were all announced at once. And that actually brings the character total in Mario Kart 8 up to, I believe, 2 below Mario Kart Wii. Which is really, really cool because there's a ton of characters that people already know are going to return, like the Mii, which makes it 1 less. And like, it would be a huge shock if the Mii wasn't in it. But really, this game, there's so much to talk about that I won't be able to talk to you all about it in this one video. But I'm just going to tell you a couple other cool things that they've shown off in Mario Kart 8. They've got, like, the way they have the character interactions, too, are really nice, because they never used to have it so that, like, if you got hit by an item, you might flail around. But you never had the detail as to go into the eyes and have the eyes change to, in Waluigi's case, X's, which was from the trailer before this trailer that you're watching. And the way they did that just showed that they were going to the finest little detail on what this game would look like and how it would act. They even changed up some things underwater to make it look better. Now, underwater, it used to kind of just give things a slightly bluish hue in Mario Kart 7. Now, if you get a mini turbo underwater, or use a mushroom, or there's any fire underwater, there's a bunch of little bubbles as if the water is evaporating around it, and it's just forming steam bubbles all through the water. And I thought that was really, really interesting and very, very cool detail to put in. And they've had a lot of things to make this game look less just, oh, look, there's floating things everywhere to make you drive an anti-gravity. Like, when they had something that wasn't connected to the ground, and it was an anti-gravity section, there was a reason. Like, in the race that was shown off in the last trailer a while back, where you drove into an airship and into the clouds and stuff, and you're inside of a cloud with these little propellers on the track that you're on, holding it up. And they're all along it. So they're not just saying, oh, you are driving on a floating path. Like, they actually show you most of the support structures. In the first race they showed off, which was basically the Mario Circuit, I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but it's the figure 8 shaped one that also happens to have a separate track underneath it that you drive on upside down. There's these support columns that are holding it up. And they also did that with even the retro tracks that they changed up a bit, like Mario Circuit from the Game Boy Advance Mario Kart game. They changed up. There was this. It was a really boring race. So you had some turns here and there, and then you had this really long straightaway with a little turn that was really sharp, and then a long straightaway. And they took that, and they took the straightaway and made it gigantic. Like, they just took it and turned it sideways so that it looks like this gigantic, basically almost hill or mountain. But then, like, at the start of the trailer, like, when they showed it, the first time, you just see this this U-shaped thing at an angle. And then you get closer and you can actually see more of the supports for it. And this is even true in the on the Subcoaster ride in the water park that they showed off. Or at least the water-flooded park. It's got these green pipes wrapping around it, supporting it, keeping it held up. The only one that we haven't had much to see about how it actually stands would be the recent race that it's the video starts off in where where it's got a club beat and the lights are all flashing like crazy, and there's a bunch of pulsing paths and stuff, and a really cool race. But they didn't really show off how the sections are held up, but it's dark and they probably do have supports that you can see if you got to the right angle. They're just kind of hard to see from a distance. But even the other details that they did to make this a more realistic Mario experience, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but they show off, like in Grumble Volcano from Mario Kart Wii, the volcano has lava running all over it, and it used to just kind of be like, poof, there's fireballs flying into the air, and then they land on the track. Now, you actually see there's this lava running down. It's truly looking like it's erupting. There's explosions coming from the top when these fireballs shoot out, and it's really cool to watch. And even some races, they changed so much graphically, like through enhancing it, it doesn't even look like the race did. Tick-Tock Clock, which was actually one of my favorite races from Mario Kart DS, shows up in this, and it is very hard to recognize. I didn't recognize until I saw someone who does an analysis. They mentioned that actually was Tick-Tock Clock, and then I noticed that, yeah, this was Tick-Tock Clock. There were so many changes put into it, I didn't even notice that it was Tick-Tock Clock. I thought this was a completely new race, but the thing is, they really ramped up the graphics in it. Like it used to be more like the Super Mario 64 style of yellow, basically mesh that you were driving on, and as it was in Tick-Tock Clock from the original game. But now they've changed it. They've made this intricate design, like it's a really fancy clock. They have gears in the background, ticking and clicking and being a Tick-Tock Clock, and it was really cool, all the little details that they had there. And I mean, this game looks to be one of the best Mario Kart games, at least that I've ever seen. I mean, Double Dash was good, DS was good. DS was actually my favorite of all the Mario Kart games. It was, I mean, I liked Mario Kart 7 and I liked Mario Kart Wii, but they didn't really do as much as Mario Kart DS did. DS, it was a very simple game, but it had a lot of features that I liked. It had the, you could go on in versus mode for as long as you wanted. I went through and maxed out my score, and once you get to 999, if you go up any more than that, it actually starts you over at 0, visibly. But it considers you in first place. So you'll have like 8 points in Mario Kart, but you are also in first, and while all the other guys behind you have like 500. It's really, really comical. And I mean, it did a lot, and then Mario Kart Wii came out, and it changed a lot. I liked what it changed. It's not my favorite game, just because I missed having the infinite versus, like, solo versus mode. And then Mario Kart 7 came out, they completely removed solo versus mode, and they removed a lot of characters that I liked. I really liked Dry Bones, and Dry Bones was gone. But now I just play as my Mii, or as Lakitu, or Koopa Troopa. Because Lakitu and Koopa Troopa are my lightweights. But they also changed up how the weights worked. They have featherweights, lightweights, middleweights, cruisers, and heavyweights. And I'm really hoping that this game has that sort of classification system again. I'm really excited to see if they have any returning vehicles from any of the games, because so far they've shown off a mock bike-like bike, but it's not really a mock bike. It's really hard to say, and it sounds really weird when I say it, but it looks similar to the mock bike. It might have similar stats to the mock bike, but it is by far it is just really not the mock bike. It's not the one from the Mario Kart Wii. But I do hope to see some returning carts from, or even bikes from Wii, or even further back into like a Double Dash DS, things like that. Like if the Dry Bomber returned, oh my god, I would be so happy. That was my favorite vehicle in DS because it was a little tank and it had insane steering and acceleration. It was slow, but that thing was amazing. I could never stop using that one. But I mean, this looks to be a very good game. I'm excited for it. What are you guys excited about in Mario Kart 8? Just leave it in the comments below. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. I took time out of my day. I've never really said this to you guys, but I'm a huge fan of the YouTuber Markiplier, and he's doing a charity live stream. I actually took time out of my day to make this video for you guys because I just love all you guys that much that I'm willing to take time out of my out of watching my favorite YouTuber do a live stream to give you guys a nice video. So I want to thank all you guys for watching. If you want me to change up anything about this series, just tell me, and just say anything else you thought was cool about the game and the trailers and stuff in the comments below. That's really everything I have to say to you guys, so thanks for watching once again. I hope you love Disc, and enjoy the outro. Goodbye. If you liked this video and would like to see more, please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Google+, where we post behind-the-scenes things, funny pictures, and more. We hope to see you there.